What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Mark Pitts, bringing you another edition of the Better Baseball MLB DFS Playbook Podcast. Here we are breaking down Thursday's 7-game main slate. My friend Mark, how we doing?
Doing good, John. This is the final stream before James Grande makes his triumphant return.
It's true. Grande will be here live 5 o'clock Eastern time. So the live stream, tune in. Grande will be on the live stream. This will be his last we only have a week left of the baseball season anyways, but I would assume he wouldn't miss any other podcast shows here. Who knows? Anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett told us here. But we do not continue the MLB podcast and live stream into the playoffs because we basically take a 2-week break and then basketball's here. And James and I do all of the NBA basketball content, so you can just flop over and start winning some NBA DFS with us. But Mark, been a great time having you on here. Hopefully we'll get you on before the season ends. A little 3-way show with me, you, and with Grande will be great.
Very excited. Very excited.
Before we jump into the 7-game breakdown here tonight, again, shout out to our friends at rtsports.com. Go to rtsports.com/alarm, promo code alarm23. Your users will get that 100% deposit match up to $200. Take part in their DFS Pick'em contest and their DFS Nightly contest there for both the MLB and NFL each and every week. So go check it out again and take advantage of that offer we have going on right now at rtsports.com. Mark, taking a look at the DraftKings main slate here. No Coors Field. That's a plus on a small slate. We do have some weather symbols for the Pirates-Chicago game, so we'll have to monitor that one because as you and I were going over this slate briefly before we went live, we don't exactly love the value pitching. I think maybe we settled in on potentially a Kyle Hendricks at $7,600 as a somewhat viable option, though he struggles at home. It's just the best of the worst. But if that game gets called due to rain or the forecast has wind blowing out, you chalk that up right away, and we're kind of in no man's land. And that maybe forces us on a small slate to have to spend up. Garrett Cole, Max Fried, 2 guys up over $10K. Tarek Skubal and Kyle Harrison up over $9,000. Mark, when you're looking at the top tier starting pitching, where do you find yourself looking to gravitate towards?
Oh, it must have updated because I didn't have Harrison.
So if you refresh, he's in there now.
Give me 1 second.
The DraftKings does this to us all the time, as you know, Mark. We'll talk about a guy for like 45 minutes, and all of a sudden, no opener, and that guy's not pitching anymore. You're like,
right.
Cool.
Kind of changes things for me hitter wise. However, Garrett Cole, I hate to say it, but I'm not in love with the spot. He has faced the Blue Jays twice, and he has not allowed a run. But I think Berrios might have a higher ceiling considering he's been good and the Yankees cannot hit righties. Besides that, Skubal, he's playing the A's, so he's an automatic play.
Chalk.
Everyone's going to play him. Doesn't matter. And then, Fried, the National, just like you said 10 minutes ago, dropped 15 runs today. So kind of scary. They're also, they have some guys that can mash lefties. Fried's been good. He's come down to earth a little bit of late, but I think I'm going straight to Berrios.
Listen, you're not wrong. Current form Berrios really pitching lights out here, coming off 7 shutout innings against Boston, 8 Ks. What's been exciting about Berrios of late is the strikeouts. He's got 23 strikeouts or 22 strikeouts over the last 3 starts. This is a guy that, doesn't generally be a strikeout guy, but he's had 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts really over the last 10 or 15. So, getting him here now in a spot against the Yankees lineup that has been one of the worst in baseball against right-handed pitching, I could certainly see you wanting to get there. I'm curious what the rostership would end up being because of that win equity we talk a lot about. Are the Blue Jays able to get to Garrett Cole, who they haven't scored a run on, as you've mentioned? But you look at the numbers for Garrett Cole here, not stellar, only 11 2/3 innings pitched. So it's not like he's going terribly deep into these games. 4 walks, only 10 strikeouts, 11 hits in 11 2/3 innings. So it feels like he's getting more lucky than good against Toronto here, and he's facing a healthy Toronto lineup, sans Brandon Belt. So I can certainly see a reason to fade Garrett Cole, and you'll have the Skubal monster against Oakland. and Barrios there as two great options. We're not going to play Harrison against the Dodgers. I did go and play Grayson Rodriguez last time out at $7,800 against Tampa Bay. I have zero fear about running him out against Cleveland here. 8 shutout innings in his last start, 7 strikeouts, and he has 7 or 6 strikeouts in 4 straight starts. I know we talk a lot about Cleveland not really being a team that strikes out a ton, but Grayson Rodriguez is one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, got sent down, but since his recall has been really good, and of late he's been even better. Again, we're looking at 24 1/3 innings pitched, only 4 earned runs allowed over those last 4 starts.
Yeah, my only worry is, he's been good. He's been really good, but he does struggle against lefties. He's got a 5.03 slug, and we know Cleveland has lefties. So I'm not going to fade him. I'm probably going to use him, but I might have another lineup with some Cleveland lefties.
Do a little hedge play in the 3 max, you thinking?
Little hedge, yeah. And I wouldn't full, I know I kind of crapped on Cole. I don't think I'd fade him. Like
Sure.
you said, he hasn't allowed to run, but at 12-2, his ceiling, based on the 2 games he's had, I think they were, maybe one of them was April. I don't remember.
Yeah, only 18 fantasy points he's avraging in the 2 starts. So you're paying 12-2, you need 25. You don't need 18. Anybody can get 18. So
they've been better.
I agree with you 100%.
They've been better against righties recently.
I'm curious as to what the roster comes in on Garrett Cole here, because on a smaller slate, if 40% of the field is in on Cole and you do the 3 max, maybe you get one of 3. You get Garrett Cole and you fade the other 2 and hope that he doesn't do well, and you got a hedge on the field there. After we go down from Grayson, though, again, for me, it kind of really drops off. I think Hendricks is someone that you could certainly take a peek at here. Not good at home this year, and we've talked a lot about that. 4 ERA. Pittsburgh's been not a great offense, but they have guys like a Brian Hayes or Brian Reynolds that randomly are, they're good baseball players. So they have days. You look at the 2 starts for Hendricks, he's 1-1, 3 earned runs allowed in 12 innings with 5 total runs allowed. We know he doesn't strike anybody out, so not a ton of upside in the strikeout department. Really needs to capitalize on the wins here. Took a loss, 5 2/3, 2 earned against Pittsburgh in his most recent outing in Pittsburgh. Did beat them. Actually, both of his starts against Pittsburgh were on the road. So again, even a little bit more to take a peek at there. But I don't know, man.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Assad did just shut them down. But he had 8 strikeouts. I think he allowed a home run. I think Cabrian homered off him, but
yeah.
Hendricks isn't going to strike 8 guys out.
No,
maybe 6.
He had that one random game, right, this year where he had a bunch of Ks, or am I making that up?
No,
making it up completely. He had
6 is the highest I see. Which
that might be what I'm talking about.
There.
might honestly be what I'm talking about.
The 14 points that he got in the last, his 2 starts, that's probably his ceiling.
Right. After that, I don't know. Do you give a look at Medina against Detroit? That's been, stacking against Detroit has been a play some people have gone to. 7 Ks in his last start against San Diego. Now, again, hasn't been great. Hasn't got out of the 5th inning since July. Grasping at straws here for some value.
He's also, I like Scooble a lot. So being on the other side of that matchup, I'm not a big fan. I might, if I'm 20 lineups, maybe I get a Medina in there. But what do you think his ceiling is? The 16 that he just had?
Yeah, 15 or 16 probably. He is better at home. Now again, that's Oviedo, not Medina. It's not great splits. Still a 4.6 ERA in Oakland, but it's not 6.6, right? So
he at least has pretty much kept the ball in the park recently.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah, only 14 homers on the year, and is out of his 21 starts. It's pretty good. 97 strikeouts, 98 innings, pretty good. He just gets hit, gets hit, gives up runs. So is it good? It's not. Is Detroit good? Not really.
Not really.
Raleigh Green's out. Carpenter's struggling again. It's like Torkelson or bust basically for that lineup. So if I'm playing a multi-entry, like you said, maybe if I'm in the 20 max, I'll probably get 1 or 2 Medinas. Probably sprinkle in Oviedo.
They do have Jake Rogers who
It's true.
has the mustache and the power.
It's true. That's true. I can't
That's
argue with
it.
the mustache power.
Yeah.
You can't argue with it. I mean, I'm not going to go Irvin against Atlanta. I've pitched Drew Peterson before. I'm not going to do it against the Phillies.
You can't.
That just seems like a bad plan.
The one guy I wish we could play is Sheehan, because the Giants
yeah.
I mean, they've woken up a little bit lately, but he's throwing 4 innings. Like,
I know. So
but his 6,600. So if he gets you 16
why
points,
did he go from 73 pitches in one start where he got lit up, and then he had 3 innings of one hit baseball and only went 39? Was he a reliever in that one? He did. Sheehan took over in the 5th. So we may have an opener situation for LA here. And DraftKings just hasn't given it to us yet.
yeah. So I mean,
we'll see, because he made the start against Seattle, and then was the opener, or made the start against Washington, and then was the long reliever against Seattle. So if they don't have a long reliever planned for the Dodgers here, I could give a Sheehan a look here, because you're right, the matchup against San Francisco could be appealing. His major league debut, he hit them through 6 innings.
Yeah.
So
shut him out.
Yeah, and so we'll see. Well, that's not a terrible call. I initially was off of him just because, like, 4 innings, 4 1/3.
Right.
But on a smaller slate, if he gets his 16 fantasy points because he goes 3 innings and gets 5 Ks, then who cares, right? Like,
Right.
that's a win. So I'm with you.
And even if he's a long man, who was it? Cutter Crawford that we had, or Pivetta?
Yeah, Red Sox had Pivetta. Yeah,
he came out and like struck out 10, put up 30
and
points.
you can get the win actually as the long reliever versus being the opener there. So you'll be the pitcher of record. So, yeah, good call. Again, I'm not going to go Irvin, not going to go Peterson. Going to give a look at Oviedo, not going to pitch Gaddis. Ranger Suarez, I mean, yeah, Alonso and Lindor obviously hit lefties pretty well. He's faced them once, 6 2/3, 2 innings, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, got the loss. He hasn't been terrible. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Quintana here. Would you consider Ranger Suarez against the Mets?
I mean, I expect them to win. And
so do I.
But I mean, is Pete Alonso going to take him yard 2 times? Is Lindor going to crush his face? I mean, he's been okay. He hasn't been terrible. 10K.
Let's see if there's any BVP here for Alonso. I'm sure there is. I mean, they play in the same division. Let's see. The Phillies.
I mean, in his start against them, he didn't get the win. So, like, he had 14 points.
So, Alonso is 0 for 10 in his career against Ranger Suarez. So, maybe not a thing. Let's see.
If you believe those kind of numbers, then, maybe you give him a look.
Suarez versus the Mets. Let's see. Lindor's just 2 for 9, but does have a homer. Alonso's 0 for 10. As a team, now again, not all of these guys are going to be starting against Ranger Suarez, but their current roster career against Ranger Suarez, just 8 for 49. That's a 163 average. So
not good.
Nimmo 3 for 13, Lindor 2 for 9, McNeil 0 for 5, Alvarez 0 for 3, Alonso 0 for 10, Vientos is 1 for 3. So yeah, not good. Not good at all. So
considering.
Yeah, now I am swinging the way of some Ranger Suarez here as we do a little bit of a deeper dive into this matchup here.
And they let him go last game. I mean, 106 pitches.
Yeah.
7,900. Like, can't hate that. I think the win equity's there. Like, they should destroy Peterson.
I like it a lot. All right, let's move on over to the infield here and talk about some of our favorite hitters on this slate. We've obviously picked on the fact that we're not in on Drew Peterson. For me, that puts someone like Alec Boehm in play here. Hits lefties. We, again, don't think much of Peterson here. Where else are you taking a peek at when it comes to the infield?
I mean, this switch up of the Giants pitcher is kind of ruining everything I was looking at. So that kind of changes things. But, I mean, Trey Turner.
Yeah, right.
He's kind of cooled off, but he was a monster and is a monster. So, I mean, it's a good matchup.
Pulling up some BVP against Peterson here. I called him Drew Peterson. His name is David. We'll never get the names right on this show.
Drew, David,
Might as well be the same.
Dan Creamer. It's all the same.
Yeah. Let's see here. David Peterson against the Phillies. Who's got the BVP we're looking at here? So Bohm is 3 for 14 with 2 doubles and a homer. Not great, not awful. Castellanos just 2 for 4. Bryce Harper, surprisingly, 5 for 13 in his career against David Peterson. So overall, some decent numbers there.
Third base to me looked like pretty weak, and I immediately went down to Bohm. So, like, I think he's still a great play at third base.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think if the wind's blowing out in Chicago, or you're just not in on Hendricks, we might just be in on Ranger now. Like Brian Hayes, still much in play. Christopher Morel against a righty in Oviedo. I like Gunnar Henderson. So I agree with you. There was not a ton of value here. Probably looking to spend up more at this position here, and you're not wrong. I mean, now that Harrison's in there, some of these Dodgers, like cheaper Dodgers, look a little bit less appealing, even though Harrison's a lefty, like Kike or Chris Taylor. Probably less in love with them than I would have been had the matchup not switched.
Do you think it's a opener situation, or because it had Stripling, whatever his name is.
Let's see here. It does say he will start. He got recalled Wednesday. Alex Cobb went on the IL for the rest of the season. So basically, Cobb sent down, IR, Harrison called up to make the start.
So he's probably starting.
Yeah, probably starting. So I mean, listen, he had a 5 ERA at the major league level, so you could just still go, Betts and crew here against Harrison.
Oh, of course, you can play Betts.
Not gonna fight that one too much. Let's see here.
I mean, Bellinger.
Yeah,
I don't really care who the pitcher is. Cody Bellinger is good.
Again, if that wind's blowing out in Chicago with that rain, look out! Like that ball will fly.
Right.
For sure. So
if you don't like Grayson, Josh Naylor.
Yep.
45.
Yep.
Like that.
O'Hearn, I'll just keep running O'Hearn out there against Gaddis. Is Gaddis going to be just an opener for them? What's that deal?
I wasn't sure on that either.
Yeah, I mean he's thrown some innings, but this says so he was optioned, so they just recalled him, I guess. 3-inning relief outing. It seems like he's been piggybacking, but maybe he's set to start here. So we'll have to see what happens. But O'Hearn for me for sure. A guy I'll just keep plugging and playing when it comes to this first base position.
First base, yeah. I mean, if you look at catcher, you can play them all. Like Real Muto.
Yep.
Great spot. I went down to Bo Naylor again if you don't like Grayson.
Bo Naylor, yeah. Andy Rodriguez, I know he's slumped a little bit, but Hendricks is, again, an option that we could look to play against. Let's see. Here's Meyer lefty. No, Meyer's just a righty. Naylor's a good call. I mean, I like Kyber, but it's against Fried. It's a little tough. So you might find yourself either just punting catcher and taking play Jan Gomes anyways. Even though it's against a righty. There's not really much else down here. So.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly.
It is kind of ugly. Let's see. Second base, a lot of the same. Ahmed Rosario against the lefty. Probably could go there. McKinstry at 34 could play.
Gimenez, you can play. I mean, again, if you don't, you like Grayson, so
I do like Grayson, but I feel less on Grayson now that we could maybe play Ranger as a pivot off of him. So I could get behind that. Dansby against Oviedo at 52. It's a Gunnar against Gaddis, and you mentioned Trey Turner already. So not a ton of volume in the infield. Hopefully right now we get some value in the outfield. Mark, you're on the value article for this or no?
Yes. Yeah. Like I was right. I was literally writing them up, and then they changed the picture. So like possibly some of the people I wrote up, I have to unwrite up.
Have to go change it. So
one other guy, Lamonte Wade.
Yep.
Who I may or may not have written up. I don't know if you already said him, but 2 home runs in his last 5 games. He's got a 6 game hit streak, 34. Sheehan's been bad against lefties.
Yeah, no, a lot of power with Lamonte Wade, 100%. Outfield here, again, you can always play any of the top guys, Acuna, Betts, Judge, Bellinger, even Schwarber against lefty, hits for power. We mentioned Reynolds. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the details of the top guys. If we are in the mid-tier, though, again, I gravitate towards these Baltimore guys against Gaddis, whether it be Mullins or Santander. I think both of them are pretty good in play. I love Seiya right now as well at 4,400.
What did you have Castellanos as BVP when you looked it up?
He's only 2 for 4. Nothing crazy, but still 2 for 4 is 2 for 4, and this man is on fire again.
Yeah, you can play the man.
I mean, definitely can against lefties. Definitely can.
Yeah, Jock Peterson, another lefty that
Jock
Sheehan may or may not struggle with.
Yep.
Home the other day.
Love that. You have Harris and Rosario, 2 lefties here. I know Rosario is struggling, but Jake Irvin is not good. So if you want to get some Braves, as we said, as a blanket statement, you can always play some Braves. No arguments here. Yaz is a lefty. As you mentioned, Sheehan been struggling there against some lefty guys here. Jack Swinsky's just always got power potential. I know the batting average is garbage, but 25 homers on the year and recently 306, 894. So again, if we have some wind blowing out in Chicago, getting some cheap Pittsburgh bats in your lineup could be a way to go.
Sure. Parker Meadows homered the other day. I don't know if I'd roster him, but maybe one of the guys that could get to Medina.
Sure. Let's see.
3,000. I liked. I was big on Outman. I liked Outman a lot, but since they switched pitchers, like now it's lefty on lefty.
Yeah, probably a little tough to get him there. But I mean, the Dodgers outfield in general is gonna be like that, right? Hayward, Peralta, Outman, right. They're all lefties, so you probably see Chris Taylor get in that lineup. Herkstad's and someone I've been playing a lot of. I know the numbers haven't totally bared out the production yet. Did homer a couple days ago, but he's $2,800. He hits in the middle. He hits towards the middle back end of the Orioles lineup. So looking for some pun plays. Herkstad's here. Kevin Biggio is down here as well. Someone that you and I like to play a lot of. Maybe not the best spot against Garrett Cole, but right. Always an option when it comes to some value.
Did you mention Hayes? I don't know if
I mentioned Hayes at third. Yeah, Cabrian. Okay. Yeah, I did. Any other guys in the outfield for you, Mark?
Did we mention G1?
We did not talk about J1 Bay. We did not.
J1 Bay.
Good call. Second base value for us here on the slate. Probably just plug-in, right? Where is he? There he is. $3,300. Yeah, that's probably just a plug, honestly.
Again, like there's weather concerns, but if it plays, like I like him.
Yeah, because we're going to need some value on this slate. All right, let's get a lineup going. We're in on Scooble and probably Ranger, I guess, is where we're going to try to start our builds here.
Like it.
All righty. Catcher position. Well, let's go Bay. Let's just plug that in. Get a value second baseman on the board.
Do you want to pay for Acuna or do you want to play bets? Who do you want to spend on?
Kind of want to go with Braves, I think. Because why not, right?
Yeah.
They're the Braves. All right, so if we do Braves, can we get this? It's 3,100. Feels like we're going to need a lot of help.
A cheap catcher.
Feels like we're going to need a lot of help here. I don't even know who's going to play down here. Let's see. Well, you've been talking about Millis here. Maybe Drew Millis gets in a lineup.
He could. He
could. He might.
He offered when I liked him, but
well, let's go this. Hold on. Let's do that. Let's get $1,000 on our board. Barrios and Suarez. And we'll get a little slight extra cash here. I'll go back to the Herkstad play. I never know how to spell his name. Is it H?
It's like KJ.
HK. All right. I'm just gonna tap on Baltimore here.
KJ, isn't it?
KJ, yeah. This was what throws me off. It's HKJ.
Yeah.
So that's all my brain ever processes. So
called him out the other day and he homered.
Yeah, he did. He's great. All right, $3,400. We got to figure out a way to get some value here.
Well, if we're not playing, I mean, we need a catcher. If we're not playing Grayson, do you want to play Bo Naylor?
Sure.
Or do you want to find like the cheapest possible?
No, Bo Naylor works at 35. Let's see. Do we have a value third baseman?
Third was ugly. It was like I found nothing down there.
There is. It's gross. I guess we'll just plug Kike in. It's 37.
I mean, Biggio was down there, but he's got Cole, so I don't love it.
Yeah.
Shortstop. 37.
37.
Oh, there was one other value guy in the outfield. Rojas, did you
Oh,
mention
yeah.
him?
Miguel Rojas?
No, Johan. He's 29.
Yeah,
He's
29.
got 4 steals in his last 10 games, a
Love
home
it.
run.
That gives us a $4,500 shortstop. Does J1 Bay play short? No. Does Kike play short? No. It's not.
What do we have? 45? 43, 45?
45. Oh, Bohm. Oh, no. We want the shorts. What if we did Bohm, though? Let's see. What if we did Bohm here at 43? 33 shortstop. I mean, Miguel Rojas is hitting the ball pretty well right now. 375 at 1,000 OPS.
Sure, throw him in there.
Throw him in there. I got $300 to play around with. What was there, a 3K outfielder? Oh, Kike. Would you rather Kike Hernandez or Herkstad?
Herkstad. I mean, it's close, I guess, but we can keep Herkstad.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Not terrible. It is a weird slate. Acuna is obviously and Olsen are obviously tough to get into if we.
But that could be 50 points. Those two guys.
So that's what I'm saying. I guess especially against Irvin. So I mean, there's a reason we're here, right? We have Olsen Acuna stack. One offs basically the rest of the way. Rojas and Bohm. The other Rojas, Bay, Naylor, Suarez, and Berrios. So just a look here again, 7-game slate that we got going on for everybody. We'll have the full playbook out. Jameson and I will be back live at 5 o'clock Eastern. Mark, any final words for the friends at home? Good luck.
I was just gonna say I'm not gonna be around tomorrow. I want to see that stream with when James returns, but I'm very sad I'm not gonna be home.
Well, you can always go and catch it on demand on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel.
This is true. I could also YouTube it on my phone. Take you guys with me on the road.
Definitely can watch it on the road. So that's gonna wrap up tonight's show. Everybody, hit us in the Discord, find us on Twitter. Good luck with everything, and we'll catch you later.